And we're back for one more round of Tales from the Crypt, apparently. I am the High Priestess Phoenix. I'm your spiritual healer and all of that good shit. In order to catch the intro, you can catch it in any other video. In order to keep up with me, you would have to catch my last video and what I posted on my community page. I just posted a video like, I don't know, like a fucking hour ago. And the video was about, we were told 2 days ago, or yesterday, that we were under spiritual attack and you know, to fucking start a fire and clean ourselves. And so I did it, and then I'd made a video just recently teaching you what herbs to use to clean yourself. And after I uploaded the video, I saw what it was we were cleaning off. That's always what it is, dude. It's like you just follow the direction and you won't get fucked up. So what happened? Apparently, and it's so weird because if you look back even a day before that, when I was looking for, no, it was the same exact card. I was looking for, what I saw was Viking figures in my visions. I opened up the fairy Bible and I went to the Dins. Alright, so today, in my last video I had posted, throughout the day I had posted that Wolfman made this whole fucking, you know, spiel about the gods and about Carl Jung. In the first sentence, he talks about a djinn. And I didn't pay no attention to it. And then so as I get off my video, Browen pops up, who's an old reader of mine. She says, somebody paid a practitioner to attach a djinn to you. It's like, well, that wasn't hard to see. Okay, and I told you, what did I burn? Nothing more than fucking sage, most of it. Why don't they attack me? Because there's nothing to attack. That's why I try to teach you guys to clean up your shadows. Number 1, 2, and 3. Secondly, and most importantly, is I am the divine darkness. So there's nothing, as the goddess of hell, which is darkness, there's nothing you can send at me that doesn't bow to me. It just gets, and so the question is, and that's what I posted, it's like, you're not the fucking first to do this. And of course you were tempted. Your flesh is all tempted to put your power against, your knowing against my God. Fine. But do you know how magic works when it comes back? Did anything actually come to me to alchemize? If nothing touched me and I didn't alchemize it, that means it comes right back to you. As above, so below, you shall reap what you've sown. Whatever the fuck you sent a djinn to come and do to me is exactly what's going to come to you. And you paid out of your pocket for this. You came out your pocket for bad karma, bro. Like, are you serious? So, I don't even know what you did, but we're going to read about it. You're not the first. It goes back to Russ. Russ and I went magical war, fucking magical wars, fucking shit. Page by page, bro. Whatever we could find. Whatever we could find. You will bow to the goddess. And you will bow to God. That's all that's going to be said here, bro. You're going to learn. As tempting as it was to magically attack you back, I've learned. And that's what it is. When you surrender the fight, then you watch the fight. You watch the winning of the fight. If I'm not fighting you, then who's fighting you? Did you think you'd get through Pac? Why don't any of you ever believe me when I tell you? I can tell you everything truthful about the gods, but then you don't believe that Pac is my warring angel that stands there at my gates, that watches all of you. He's my venging angel, bro, with all vengeance and immunity given by God to protect me. For if he doesn't execute my powers, he knows I will. So therefore, he must handle the business. All authority given by God. He's my first line of defense. Always. Always and forever. You think we're just friends? This is a vicious man. that wouldn't die in the flesh and has everlasting life with one job. One job. His one job is to protect and watch over me in this life, to make sure that no harm comes to me in this life. And he was given full immunity and all karma released. He's given a fucking free pass to heaven if he just executing that. That's all he has to do in the afterlife. He has no other ties to this world. He has nothing else that he owes anyone of this world. So in essence, it's like Pac will break God's rules to make sure that I don't get fucked up. Why? Because he loves me. I've seen him. I've seen him break into the 3D reality. I've seen him break the laws of physics and the laws of the universe. When I went to spiritual court, it's only you that is being judged, but it is him that was there. I tell you guys from the beginning, bro. I know you cannot, like, how can you think that I have such a divine connection to the rest of the gods, but not these spirits? When I tell you they're here, who do I spend my day with? Them. All day. Today you celebrated Nipsey, but Nipsey runs my life. He runs this marathon in my life. You know him as what, a rapper that you looked up to? Same as Pac. I have no respect for life. In the essence of, I'm not surprised, you know what I mean? And that's where, if I say his name, he'll appear. Fucking Draco was. It's like, I've been known as a cult buster forever. You're not the first. You will not be the last of any religious sector to try to attack me. But you can't. You can't kill the goddess that's here serving Christ and God. Impossible. I am an ascending master as they were. Forgive your ignorance for not knowing. But I tell you all the time, I must, to protect you. And there's no forgiveness given once you know. I tell you in every video, I am Lilith reincarnated. I am God's goddess. I am God in the female form. He lives within me. I have been here since the beginning of time, for this time at the end of time. And you think you're going to waste my time trying to stop who? Do you even know the name of this flesh? Do you believe that I wear the flesh, or that I just came in it? Again, he went to Lucifer and couldn't win that way. So you're going to go to all means. You don't even have the resources like Russ to do such things. You really don't. And there's no part of darkness on this planet that will not bow to the Lilith. For I was the first darkness, and I am here in the end of the darkness, and I shall take the darkness with me. I was born with the darkness. Let's go back into whatever you thought. Let's find a din or jinn. I don't even know what the fucking difference is. I don't know, but we can at least look it up in the fucking dictionary. Instead, it's like, what are you sending at me that's not part of my family? What are you? Isis, I see you. No, no, Lilith, I see you. Come on. Everything's popping up at me. Queen Mob. All of my sides are coming out. You're in trouble now. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a jinn. A, B, C, D, E, F, jinn. Mercury. Nope, I guess we don't have one in here. We got the Jews. Jupiter. Alright, so it was a din. It's what I turned to like 2 days ago when I pulled that card that told us to fucking start a fire because they were fucking with us. You weren't really fucking with me, bro. You're fucking with yourself and obviously your pocket and your karma. Because whatever you wished on me is coming back for you, bro. That's what happened to Russ. He tried to use this love spell and it backfired. Now he's massively in love and I can't stand him. I loved you just fine. Why'd you do this? You didn't love me. I loved you fine. Is this what you do for everybody's love? Ooh, busted. 212. It's in the 212. There's 2 pages of it, actually. It says it's in 2 places. 212 and 228 through 31. Jesus. Let's see what that is. 238. Has to be a chapter of some shit. The leprechauns. That's nice. They're fun. 238 talks about what? No, that's not right. Earth. And you're messing with a fire spirit? You're such an idiot. 212. The Jinn. Jinn are genies or Arabian fairies that are described in the Quran. They are formed of fire, and they are offspring of fire, and they are the veins that flows flame instead of blood. Excuse me. Their veins flows flame instead of blood. Let me explain this. Let me understand this, Aries. You tried to use a fire spirit against... I mean, of course you would as a weenie fire. How'd that spark go? You're gonna get burned fucking with me. Anyways, they are gods. They are governed by the monarchs called Soliman. It is a time before the Jinn misbehaved, and the legion of angels was sent to put them in their place. A powerful Jinn was called Azazel. Isn't this exactly who I pulled yesterday? Was among the numbered captured by angels and eventually became their king. Alright, idiot. If Azazel is their king, and that would go back to their legions, and I told you, it's not them, it's who are they in charge of you need to worry about. You didn't even bother to ask who their king was, and then furthermore, the patriarchy of, you know, what you were fucking with? No, you didn't, because when you went to fucking Isis's temple, I told you to back the fuck up. You went begging for parts of me. You keep begging for the dark, the power of the dark, and you're being denied it. You're just being faced with me and being put into the light. I would almost say you're worse than Lucifer, trying to hide in the dark. And this is exactly why they shoved me into the Persephone. We had to deal with you. All of the clues were there. What is it about him? Why do I gotta deal with him? Why is he back in my shit? Because you're fucking trying to fuck with me, bro. I don't fuck with you. You are begging for fucking some goddess attention. Why? Do you think that's gonna make you powerful? Why don't you tap into your own? Which is your own fucked up feelings. Why don't you deal with your own feelings instead of trying to use mine to create something? I just found this super funny post. It's super funny. I was gonna send it to Marshall. What did it say? I don't know. Something like, do you have feelings for me? And he's like, yes. It's like, do you have feelings for me? It's like, yes. It's like, so then what are we? Feelers. We just feel. We're feelers. We're just feeling it out. We feel some type of way. That's a good way to start. Fucking feelers. Oh, gosh. Well, that's a new one. I mean, in the essence, the last time God let magic in, again, was when I was breaking the prosperity, and I literally saw it coming. I'll see them come at me and fall to the ground. It's such the weirdest thing. It's almost like a fart in the wind that just falls in the ground. I don't know how to explain it. But the fact that you just keep trying is, you know, pathetic. Why? Because you can't. The reason you're trying is because you refuse to believe. You're dancing around this. You're a typical twin flame, if I ever found one. So you're going to test all of it. You're going to use all of your tried and tested methods to see if you can break this. That this isn't what I say it is. Bitch, it is what I said it was. It is what I said it was, and that's why I can visually see you masturbating in my fucking 5D visions. You're a sicko. But you're not the first one. I saw many of the twin flames doing such things. They had to learn after scrutiny as well not to think of me in such ways. Throw some respect on my fucking image, you weirdos. In the essence of, I don't know, whatever. Again, that's what everyone's going to do in time. They're going to test my authority. They're going to test my spiritual authority. You're not testing me. You're testing God and what he sent me to do. In essence, this isn't a test. God tests me all day. He doesn't use, I mean, seriously? Seriously? I'm just, it's not surprising. It's pathetic at this point. But there's still like years of it to come. So it's like, oh, don't forget there's always some douchebag trying to magically control you. This goes back to, I was on timeout already when I met you. And I sent a message to fucking Royce. I said, Royce, do you know why I always magically win? Because I believe in the power that I'm given is from God. And therefore, it is God's power that I exert out of me. I don't believe in another God. I don't believe in any of that. I believe in Jesus' promise for sure, bro, that I'm forgiven. Amen to that. But I derive my power straight from God. You are trying to tap into the gods and the entities and the spirits to give you power. But the power you seek is only to fulfill your fleshly desires. Therefore, you are denied such power. Because that kind of power is not given, it's earned. Hey! She sounds so aggressive, doesn't she? Watch this. She really sounds like she's in... She gets over and she just rubs her teeth on you. She sounds so aggressive. It's too late for that. Somebody's going to actually pretend like they care. She does. It's so cute. She acts like she's really going to harm somebody. And then she comes over and she just bites you. She'll bite the tip of your pant leg. It's really quite funny. Not you, only us. I don't think she would ever do that to another person. They're antagonizing her. Yeah, I tried to warn you guys, but I guess the spirit might have just been warning me, but they're always trying to warn you. And it's that simplistic. There's always someone out there trying to... I tried to tell you in my last video. I've been dealing with this forever since the beginning, dude. I've been under spiritual attack. Before I had cleared out so much shadows, they used to actually hurt me physically. I wouldn't tell them because then they knew and they would keep attacking the same place if they knew I was weak in that place. But Marshall would know. I'd go and tell Marshall about my physical ailments while it was happening. Because I knew it was safe and I knew it wasn't him that was happening and he could pray for me. In essence, just good thoughts is extra prayer. If I can visualize, I can sit over you and I can visualize your bones healing from outside, it can happen inside by my belief. So in the essence, you know, that's how far prayers will go. But yeah, I used to get spiritually fucked up. That's how I lost most of my teeth. Really? Yeah, that's how I lost pretty much all of them. I had to have 2 pulled, which are my fangs, because they were baby teeth. And I was always making jokes. I was like, you better not let these things grow in. I'm going to suck the blood out of you, the life out of you. But afterwards, practitioners went for my throat chakra the most. It's my most powerful gift, and that's how I speak the truth. So they kept doing throat bindings, which is, I'm too afraid to speak the truth. So you could see when I was being bound because I would be scared to speak up. I was holding things back, secrets. I was afraid of outcomes. So they would bind my fucking throat, and that's how I lost a lot of my teeth. Truly, I'm serious. I had no fucking problems with my teeth up until then. None of that. And a couple of other things that I got attacked pretty bad, especially my sacral, because that's, you know, the home of creativity. I had a lot of sacral attacks. A lot of people trying to bind my sacral because that's where all of it comes from. They tried to block my third eye so that I couldn't see visions. You can't touch the crown. That's impossible. They would go for my solar plexus so that I'd feel fucking insecure. Russ used to play a lot of solar plexus games, jealousy games, insecurities, make you feel like, you know, worthless and shit like that. He played a lot of solar plexus games. I can teach you, but it doesn't matter if you're not listening. How to protect your energetic field so that you're still getting energy and you're not giving it to someone, because you need this whole flow of energy to be the light. You need all these lights, and that's why we spend all day going through our fields, which is this. This is a map of a person, right? And this is your field. And when you activate your field where all of it's flowing, then you're in the cube. And that's your Merkaba, right? Where you're in your light body. but you have to work through all of the stuff. So on a Friday, you know, I just want to point out Morgan is super tweaking in the backyard. I'm walking my dog. She's got it. At least it's her car this time and not mine. She's got the fucking hood off. She's got the fucking headlights off. She's got everything. She's got the hood, the headlights, and the fucking front end. And she's in front. I don't know, bro. That's nothing having to do with the axle that she said she was doing yesterday. Anyways, we're always faced with, you know, these things that are hidden in our chakras that we need to heal. Right? And that one was a heart chakra. That one hurt my heart. But that also is solar plexus, where you need to stand up. And you need to stand up for what's right. That's your virtues. That's right there. That's the rose. The virtues. And that's also, you know what I mean? That is your sacral. Well, not here. I think it's your solar plexus in here. Well, nah, it looks like the sacral right there, because the solar plexus is a little bit higher. Whatever the case may be. Between those is some of your strongest energy. That's your confidence. You know, your solar plexus is your God complex, where your drive comes from. Your sacral chakra is your sacred energy. That's your life-giving force. And that's where you have all your sexual energy. So, using that energy, instead of just giving sex, you know what I mean? Using your confidence to just have sex is a super waste of fucking energy, bro. And that's why someone like me that's celibate, I can just keep creating unbelievably. And Marshall, we're creative powerhouses because we're using that creative energy in our loins to create things in the real world. We're birthing projects all the time instead of just blowing loads. Blowing blanks. Blank space. Let me write your name there. Taylor Swift type shit. That was a good one. Yeah, and typically, I tried to show you, the people that attack you are the ones closest to you. My brother was into dark craft. My son and my ex-husbands, probably both of them, but one in particular, were into Satanism. They had the Black Bible and all that shit. Like, oh, this should be interesting. So, yeah, it's the people closest to you, the fake Christians and the, you know, praise Godders and all that good shit that are really out there trying to, you know, be the devil in your life. It's Hades. What did I expect? Do you think I expected anything less from this dirty man when I saw his occult videos? The very first time I met this man, I challenged him to the astral world, and they told me I was jumping the gun and he had no such power. And they made me just, you know, learn that he had no power. If there was anything I've learned about you, Oscar, is you have no power. I thought Russ did too, but he was just paying practitioners. I thought he did. I knew his mother didn't, because I had bound that bitch. I thought he did, because, you know what I mean, we were doing magical wars back and forth. But that was the love. I couldn't destroy him, and vice versa, because of the love. The love means no bounds, bro. That love is stronger than any anger or any hate or any sadness or any jealousy or any envy or anything of this world, because those are just low vibrational feelings. The feelings that we have for each other are so high vibrational that anything we do to each other just falls apart. And that's me and Bobby. Do you see how much forgiveness is between us? It's like, why do you guys, how could you possibly just keep coming back? Love. Love. It's dangerous. You can't control it. And that's where the difference is how come you didn't forgive other people? I didn't love them. How come you weren't kind to other people? I didn't love them. The compassion comes from the fact it's like, you know, again, you're not my first rodeo. You're like the last one to join the crowd, and there's still more to come. Again, I have 12 plus 2. You were one of the plus 2 that weren't foreseen on the original plan of 12. I still have another one that we haven't seen. Another plus 1. We have a plus 1 coming in. There's always that guy. Who is it? I don't know. I'll tell you when he gets here. As far as the timeline, I'm not sure. I won't know until then. I didn't know who Oscar was until he came in. And that's it. It's a soul recognition. I know you from another time. The problem with you guys is I'm Isis. I know all time. It won't take me no time at all to recognize where I know you from. And it's not this life, loser. Not typically. Why? Because we gotta meet back in time and do the same little go around so we could break the fucking chains of time. It doesn't really, in the sense of, I made a promise to get Lucifer back to the kingdom. It doesn't really, I just honor the promise. All the promises I made, I'm being held to the fire for now. It's like, oh man, did I really promise all of you guys all of it? Oh god. As I say that, I see Achilles, bro. That hurts. No one hurts. Many lives. Many lives, bro. I've played many wives. How about that? Hey, how are you? Going back to it, I don't give a shit. Keep trying, bro. There's not, fuck. There's not a part of me you're gonna attack. Why? Because I'm covered in the blood of Christ and I wear the armor of God. And no matter what, you're not dealing with the flesh. It's so impossible for so many of you to understand this. And I told you in the beginning, all of you new people, we're about to cut, I think by tomorrow, we'll hit 3,000 people. And it'll still take you 3,000 years to believe me. With all the proof I'll show you every day. I'm not trying to make you a believer of me. So you need to know God. And all the proof is right here. I show you. All of it. All the time. And it's like, this is dumb because you just don't believe. Your belief system is super warped where you think that you are something more powerful than what I say I am. I can understand the fact that you've never heard truth. And this truth is so big it can't, it doesn't fit your head. It makes your fucking ego explode. But you'll have to accept it. Marshall doesn't fully understand it. But he knows. They all know. They've watched for too long. And that's why they stand back, because they fear. They fear more now that they know than before they didn't know. It was funny when they thought I was just crazy. They entertained the fact that I was just crazy until they knew. And that's where it gets scary. But you're not supposed to be scared because I told you from the fucking beginning who I was. You're scared because of the games you played. I wouldn't have got here if I wasn't forgiving for the embarrassment of what your mind drove you to do. I too wear one. I have a mind of its own. It's tempting to try to force somebody and use all different types of ways, and that's why dark practitioners to go dark. No difference between a dark practitioner and a master manipulator, fucking Tinder swindler out here that's over here lying to get dates and fucking use girls to get what they want. It's against the craft to be what he is. They're called warlocks. A witch, a man witch that practices the craft and abuses it to steal divine feminine energy is considered a warlock. It goes against the teachings of Aleister Crowley and of Levi. They taught you to harness the divine feminine energy, not destroy and control it. So therefore, you actually not just have me, but the practitioners that you used, that honored me. You used their practice, that they derived from me to harm me. The karma. And then speaking of Carl Jung, the master of the mind, and you want to act like you have ever been in your mind, what do you think he'll do for you? He's going to take you on that deep, dark, scary journey that took him 6 years with all his scientific study to get to master. And what he found in there was what? God and Goddess. I can't protect you guys from yourself. That was my lesson learned yesterday on a Friday. I have been telling people since the beginning of time not to do this type of shit. I'm like, don't do this. Don't do it under this full moon. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. They don't listen. God's children do not listen. They don't listen to God or anyone else. They're a bunch of fucking Kanye West out here. The only thing that makes them listen is fear. That's what keeps you bound. That's what keeps you in control. And they've tapped into it. The whole universe knows as long as you're fearful, you'll fall in line. You'll act accordingly. If they can instill fear in you, then they can control you. They're lessons that you didn't learn, that you're made to learn in this life. You didn't learn what it feels like to be under magical attack, apparently, in another life. So you're about to learn that, as I did. And it's painful. And do you know what it attacks? Your mind. The attack to your mind is what hurts your body. There's not a spiritualist that'll take it off of you. You're basically walking around with, if there was a such thing, the mark of the devil.
Can I get my hair cut by someone else? Can I just cut it again?
I don't think you should.
It came out perfect last time.
I think you should just let me get it cut.
No.
She wants to cut her hair again. Not right now. Oh man. I just want to point that out, guys. The spirits tell us when we're under attack. They tell us what to do. They tell us what to eat. They tell us when to sleep. They tell us what to wear. Why do we let God have so much dominion over our lives? Because we're protected by His knowing. Just being obedient children makes us protected. I'm rebellious, and that goes back to Martin Luther King. I will not follow unjust rules. But I stand in truth and justice, the real justice. And for everything you do, there is a ripple that comes back to you. And that's why it's important not to just not that you can run from doing anything, but make sure that everything you do is done with good intentions and done with kindness. I don't know. I mean, if we're talking about the Dins and how this works, what is it? Basically, he went to a genie. He rubbed oh God. He rubbed himself until he made a wish on the genie. And now it's about to blow up in his face like every time he rubs himself. I told you, it's Uncle Nasty. So disgusting, bro. Where did you come from? Oh, the crevice of hell like the rest of us. Well, you're a different type of disgusting breed. Oh, he's got some Lilith in him. Put some pants on that guy. Jesus Christ. Almighty, you need to be baptized in the Holy Spirit. God, I can't stand you dirty ass fucking practitioners. You guys be practicing the dirtiest shit ever, bro. You need to be washed clean of your sins. I cannot believe you. Seriously. Did God just really unleash all parts of hell? Pretty much. They're all here. They're filthy motherfuckers, aren't they? According to him, they're going to clean up their act this time. I have already gotten into wars with him about this and the fact that I don't believe they are capable, but he is capable of all things, and he is going to execute all powers to make this happen. It's like, all right, God, I've seen you do some great things. Let's see this greatness. I'm like waiting for Kanye West to wake. Okay, God, sure. You challenge my God. I definitely argue about it all the time. Me and the angels while I'm smoking a joint, being Pac, like, okay, God, we'll do our part. You do yours. In the essence, these guys are pathetic. They're not the first. I guess you're higher level. You're not paying for tarot reads since you can't get anything out of the cards. You're such a projector. You're such a projector trying to fucking... Anyways, you're not the first, and nobody can stop me. Why? Because it's God's plan. I'd be trying to drag my ass not through it either, bro. I'm sorry, it's his plan and I have to go with the plan and you can't stop it. I try. I try to sabotage everything along the way. It's not working. He just cleans up the mess and we keep going. As for you, what is your purpose here? Do you know why God brought you to life? Do you know what he wanted you to learn and teach and accomplish in this life? No, because you're a fucking Aries that has no identity. You're the beginning of the fucking wheel of nothing. You might want to work on that. Start with your natal chart before you start trying to cast demons on people. Before you go getting the Kabbalah Tree of Life tattooed on your back, you might want to just start with Christ. He is at the highest throne. You're never going to even... What's the point in trying to play this game, Donkey Kong, if you can't even face the big guy at the top? He's right here. He's everywhere. Do you think you're going to defeat Christ? That you're smart Christ? Or Buddha? Melchizedek? Metatron? All these fuckers that are just hanging out with me all day? You're stronger than the demigods? I know you think you're an Aries, but do you know Aries? Because that's not who you were in no life, low life. You were casted out by your own brother. Here we go with these sibling rivalries. Set, Osiris, Hades and Zeus, Baldur and Loki. Do you ever hear any of these bitches getting in fights with their sisters and destroying the family like this? Other than me and mine. That was a good one. That was a good joke. I'm just saying. You can't defeat the light with darkness, douchebag. Does it bother you that I'm light? Or is it just that you're not? You have Carl Jung's teachings and all of mine. Why don't you just walk into the light, douchebag? What's it gonna take? Hard work, dedication, endurance, pain, suffering, challenging yourself to face yourself and remove yourself from entire being and become something beyond yourself, which would be a soul instead of nothing more than an egotistical consciousness of this fucking mass matrix. You act like you have the knowledge, but you don't have the ability to apply it. You're just like Russ. He talks all this good shit, but he don't know how to do this shit. Like, why is this so hard for you guys? To just sit down and face you. Oh, because you're trying to write a song and you're trying to do this and you're trying to do... That's what I mean. You can't do spiritual work in the 3D. The spiritual work is done when you put down the 3D and you sit with yourself in a spiritual setting. Which is, if you haven't read, outside. It's in every one of my fucking teachings, guys. You must be outside to connect with the inside. So yeah, I said it in my last video, I was like, I don't want to teach you guys herbology. This is boring. It's all shit I already know. Are any of you going to use it? And at the end of the video, I had said how important it is and why you need to know this for spiritual protection. Now, keep in mind, I told you which ones I burnt. So I burnt some, some sage. I don't think I added anything in the last 3 days. But prior to that, I was burning myrrh, frankincense, palo santo, and sage. Those are all super strong. But I already told you, all of those herbs are in my car, at my altar or around it. I don't have to burn them to have the protective herbs around me all the time. As well as the fucking stones. I tell you which stones to get. I use all forms of protection and banishment. I'm not just protecting myself from fucking, some spiritual attack coming from England. You know what I mean? Some voodoo attack coming from New Orleans. Some fucking loser attack coming from Oklahoma. There's Scary Larry under the full moon again, trying to get his powers back. Let alone your guys' sexual manifestations of you jerking off. None of that shit works because I've already do all this shit all the time. Simple shit by turning on music changes everything. It puts on a blocker. Lighting a cigarette opens up all my fucking gateways. You know what I mean? All that shit. Like, you don't even... There's so many ways that you're not bothering my peace. And if you listen to where I live and my life, it's like it's made to bother me. He's taken me to the next level of peace where unbothered. I don't have much far to go from unbothered. Like, I'm right here. Right? Like, how much bother do you think? The bothering is here. We're already way up here, dude, which is what? The throat chakra or higher. I've already worked through all that, bro. I had to work through all of that to get where I am. And that's why I teach everyone. As you heal these levels, they can never be attacked again. Kanye coming out and talking about his shadow, about his sexual exploitations with his cousin. Or I wouldn't even say exploitations. I would say curiosity. Nobody, now that was a shadow, a part of something he feared for as long as old as he is. How old are you, Kanye? Like 47 or some shit? Fucking, alright, since he was 16, do the fucking math. For 30 years, he's carried around this fear that somebody would find out or say something. After he said something, for the rest of his life going forward, anytime anybody says something about that, he will no longer be afraid. They have that situation no longer has power in his mind and hurts his heart and is hidden in, you know what I mean, in his chakra system, which could be anywhere from, you know what I mean, his God complex that fucks up his confidence, down to his sacral, definitely that's hidden in his, you know what I mean, in his loins and shit, what was happening there. All of that. And then he shoved it out into his reality. He took a hidden shadow that he's been holding on to for way too many years and shoved it out. He birthed what you would say a demon, an inner demon. Why did he do that? Because he was ready to come to terms with it and for it to have a voice and to find love and compassion and understanding. Now, when it comes out, what was he met with? A lot of hatred and judgment and negativity, but not from everyone. And that's what happens when you let these shadows out. There's a lot of people that have a lot of dirty shit to say about the terrible things that have happened in my life. Go ahead, talk your shit. Go ahead, talk your shit. But me being able to talk about it means you could talk all the shit you want and it don't mean shit no more. You have no more power over me because I don't have... You're only as sick as your secrets, is what I'm getting to. So, I teach you guys to bring this stuff up so that it doesn't hurt you, so nobody can take shots at you again. Then nobody knows what hurts you and uses a knife to shove into that hurt place. Whether it be psychological, emotional, or spiritual. If people know things bother you and they want to, you know what I mean? They want to take a shot. They know exactly what to say to you to get under your skin in whatever way. They know what to say to turn you on. They know what to say to get you to buy something. They know what to say to keep you at home. They know what to say to get you to bend over and do what they want. Come on, admit it. Those closest to you, they have control over you by the words they use. They know exactly what and what not to say. And as I see this, I see Marshall. I'm going to end on this note. Everybody knew not to talk about Marshall's daughter. Don't talk about Marshall. Don't talk about Marshall. Don't talk about Marshall. I broke that rule real quick. I too lived in that fear. And I had hit a day where I thought I had crossed the line and he couldn't attack me. But I thought he'd leave me. He'd abandon me for what I had done and what I had said. He didn't. He gave off that perception and everybody else had to, you know, couldn't talk to him like that. And maybe it was just the delivery of how they talked to him. I can't say I said anything any better. But in me talking to him that way made him listen and reflect. Right? So, we're talking about the throat chakra and stuff. It starts there. This interesting flow of energy. It's a descent, right? It starts right here. It starts in your head. Your heart and your head. This is where it all happens, right? So you're starting to get visions, but your heart is giving you, it's aligned with your crown. The only thing that's blocking right there is your third eye and your throat chakra. Your heart is aligning with your crown. You're getting two sources of energy given from God from God. The heart and the heart. The heart and the information that comes through your brain is from the universe. The universe lies inside. So that's where it is you got to power it, right? So you can't see these visions because your brain is filled with all kinds of nonsense, your thoughts. We talked about that. Now, the next biggest thing is being able to speak about these visions. You've got to flow these two together to start this whole alchemical process, which is the heart and the emotion, or the mind and the emotions. You start with the air and the water. Then you got to hit your fire, which is your willpower to do it, your solar plexus. To ground it in earth, you've got to face all your secrets. All your fears lie right there. Ta-da. Welcome to Master of Alchemy. Now, that's how it happens. So something like love for me, I can see it and feel it. I can see it and feel it. And then I can believe in it. But then my fears stop me. And I have to go all the way back to seeing it again and believing it. Start all of this over again. And then I get down and I face the fear. It's the descent to make it real. Alchemy. We do this all the time. It's the magnum opus, the 12 gates of alchemy, and that's what we do. We're bringing out the darkness not because it's dark, but these are considered things that were hidden in the dark, that will become light. They will come to the light, and they will, instead of disempowering us, empower us. What Kanye said about his situation with his cousin, you would have seen as absolutely disempowering and foul. But for those that have had situations like that and have kept those secrets similar to his, it was very empowering for them. And when they came back to tell him about how his story, empowered them, that's the empowerment goes back and forth. So, by bringing my shadows, my dark secrets to the surface and loving them and healing them, I empower myself. By you watching it, it teaches you to empower yourself. And we're sending a certain type of energy, an electrical energy, a force of love, of empowerment, kindness, understanding, forgiveness, compassion. I'm teaching you how to have it. And then when you hear my stories, you have it. How do I know? Because you listen to them. If you can listen to one of my Friday stories, you can listen to one of my terrible experiences, then I know you have compassion. I know I've given you understanding. I know I've taught you forgiveness and how to be kind in an unjust world. I teach you this every week. You have Christ in you. It's already starting. I'm just teaching you how to practice it more and let it become more strong. I didn't put anything in you. You've always had it in you. But what's holding it back is the shadow shit. The shit you're hiding. And that, in essence, is hiding from you. Because it thinks you're not ready to deal with it. And that's because you've told it your whole life, I don't want to deal with this. You've told your mind you don't want to deal with it. So now your mind might not even open up and let you deal with it. Could take time. But those are the things that are holding you back. Which is what? Your fears. Told you. It's fear. Always fear. Fear is a real feeling. You have to overcome the feeling. It doesn't go away. You have to go through it. You have to do it with that feeling of scared. Wake up in the middle of the night, you hear something in the kitchen. You have to get up and do something even though you're scared. You have to. It's the same thing with everything in your life. I've got to go talk to this person. I've got to try to get this job. I've got to go on this trip. I've got to try this food. You're scared of everything you've never done before. But you've got to. Why? Because there's a part of you that wants to do it more than you're afraid to do it. And that part deserves to be free. But we gotta work through those fears. Hey, stop trying to attack me. Stop trying to attack me, dummy. I'm not asking God to show you mercy on this. I think you need to learn. So, you're about to be under some serious spiritual attack. You're going to have to pray to Jesus to take that off. I'm not helping you. I'm not helping you. You're an idiot. And I'm not enabling this. I did it too much with Russ, dude. He had to learn. He had to find God his own, you know. You're going to have to turn to God to help you out of this one. I'm not helping you out. All right? And to some of you I'll help you out, but I'm still going to tell you got to turn to God and ask for forgiveness. I might take this away, but you need his forgiveness, bro. This is bullshit. All right? All right. I forgive you, but I'm not helping you. You're dumb. Everybody's got to learn. They learn the hard way, bro. Fuck around and find out. Every witch learns what they're not supposed to do. Right? So you shouldn't have done that. What did I learn? You're not supposed to cord cut fucking twin flames. I tried. How many times did I do it before I learned? About 4 times. So I'm not even going to try with you. Later, haters.